Yeah. Hey, Kefnet. It's going, buddy. Chest and back day at the gym. I'm a little sore. How you doing, Save? Thidos, Obi-Wan. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Mola Monday. And for Mola Monday, Smilegate got me a brand new shiny. And I said shiny. Oh, 3-star artifact. Hey, Greg, Iron, good to see you guys. Hey, guys, it's going to be the new hero for Rift. I'm telling you. Let me double check something here because bot's not joining chat because I had to do a restart, and evidently my bot hates it when I restart my computer. Okay. Chat. There we go. Okay. That all should be good. Nice pet background. I hate that rabbit. I hate that rabbit. Hate that rabbit so much. All that rabbit did was piss me off the entire story. So yeah, I put the rabbit in the middle of a burning village surrounded by dogs. And sometimes I'll just leave it up and look at it. It makes me happy. He just looks around all nervous. Yeah. Fuck that rabbit. Did you hear something about North America servers closing? Not the servers, they closed down the customer service center in North America, so a lot of really good people lost their jobs. We no longer have customer support, except for one guy currently working out of Korea. GM says has been promoted, moved internally, changed positions from game moderator says to community manager says. I don't know if he's working from home or working out of the office or what, but right now our entire customer service center looks like is going to be out of Korea, which is sad because the... Oh, hang on, guys. She'll call me back. Stupid technology. Anyway, it has nothing to do with the game itself. It kind of does, Harless. It isn't going to change the game itself, right? No servers have closed down, but the flow of communication is definitely bottlenecked much harder. The link between the community link between Smogit Korea and the influencers is seriously weakened. Says hasn't even reached out to us influencers yet. I don't know how much he plans on continuing to support the content creator program. It's going to be different, and I kind of like the whole Western what's the word I'm looking for? The way the West views and plays games interacts differently than the way the East views and interacts with games. And it was always kind of a nice balance we had where the Eastern views of how this game should be run got tempered by the Western views, and the Western views about how the game should be run got tempered by the Eastern views. And it gave us a game that did pretty well globally as far as meeting the community's needs. I think it's pretty safe to say that no game has cared about or listened to the community as much as Epic 7 when it comes to the direction of the game, changes to the game, reversing direction on certain things, steering towards things based on community needs. They've always kind of kept their fingers on the pulse globally, and that's likely going to get severely weakened by the fact that we no longer have global viewpoints coming in. We just have a Central Korean office that'll be, I guess, through trouble tickets and emails, because I don't know how to communicate with them anymore. We do still have Arusel, though. He is still in the North America office. I think he's probably worked from home, but we at least have one community manager left on this side of the planet, so at least there's that for now. But we'll see how it all pans out. Should I summon for the next character? When are the bounce patch notes? Nice redheads. Those are some nice redheads, Kay. Asking the real questions, making the real statements. I agree. So much so that this team is just simply called Redheads Hurt Me. Because they do. The next balance patch, the last balance patch was on the 20th, right? And the balance patches come out every 8 weeks. So if you go into Google and you type 8 weeks from December 20th, it'll pop out February 13th or 14th, I guess. Somewhere in that range. So that's when the next bounce patch will go into effect. And we usually hear about the bounce patch 2 weeks prior to the bounce patch, which would be this coming Friday. So this coming Friday, we should have at least the notes on the balance patch, right? Except Hua Young, where you never use her. Hua Young is being used in her most meta position ever, and that is sharing a secret with Jacko at the table. That's literally her only use in the game. Should I pull for the next unit? Yes. If Fenny, you should get Fenny. There's just no and ifs or buts about it. She's going to be the the air also hurts my face. Why do we live where the air hurts our face, Sue? I went outside to go to the gym and it hit me like friggin' 7 redheads jumped out and slapped me in the face, and that only happens on Thursdays. So why did it feel like that? Because it's what is 7 degrees in non-freedom units? Somebody tell me what 7 Fahrenheit is in Celsius. That's how freaking cold it was. Negative 500, I think. Yeah, I think it's negative 500. Yeah, I went out and shoveled the sidewalk, and the whole time I was doing it, I was thinking that we don't have alligators, we don't have earthquakes, we don't have tornadoes. We don't have alligators, we don't have earthquakes, we don't have tornadoes. I just keep repeating this mantra to myself. It gets me through shoveling the snow. It's negative 40 F there. Why do you live on Mars? I'm not kidding. Why do you live on Mars? That's actually how cold it is on Mars, I think. Anyway, so yeah, for those of you who maybe have missed it, let me find something for you here. Hang on. Bear with me. Wrong button. Quit hitting the wrong button. Damn it, Tristen. Hang on, let's pull up my display capture and then I will pull up the images. So, if you guys have been not chilling out in Discord, maybe you haven't noticed this, but what looks strange about this unit? Anybody? I mean, other than she's pixelated as hell, right? I'll give you another picture. Makes it a little bit more obvious. What here looks weird? What's 0 out of 5 below her HP mean? That's a focus bar. It doesn't fill, it doesn't change, but it's a focus bar. So this appears to me to be pretty good indicator that Operator Sigrid's not only getting a buff, but that Intern Coon screwed up and let an asset into the game that shouldn't be in the game yet, because this doesn't do anything. Now, it could just be a big old glitch screw up, but I don't believe... I almost said it. I almost said I don't believe in coincidences, which is not true. I do believe in coincidences. They happen every day, but I don't trust coincidences. And for this to just appear and for her to not be on the bounce patch, that's too much of a coincidence for me to ignore. So this Friday, we should be getting a balance patch, and I think this is a pretty good indicator that Operator Sigrid's going to be on that balance patch, and she's going to be getting a either a rework or a buff or something that involves her having focus or fighting spirit. Since it's only 5, I think focus. Now, what that could mean for her, what that could do, I don't know. Maybe as long as she doesn't have full focus, she has 100% evasion. I don't know. They've done some wild things, but something's coming for Operator Sigrid. The next bounce patch should be next week on the 30th, according to the records. The next bounce patch should be announced on the 30th, according to the records. It should come out 2 weeks after that on the 14th. So, yeah, make sure you understand the difference, right? We're looking at this Friday, a balance patch announcement. Remember, we get the announcement 2 weeks before, and an 8-week cycle has the balance patch come out on whatever Thursday is closest to the 14th of February. So that is something to look forward to this Friday, right? We'll Thursday is going to drop. We're going to get Rift. We're going to get the new Fene unit, who you definitely should pull for if you want to do Rift. Hey, Weebson. Thank you.
Is an outdated mechanic. Opsig, Aaronka, and DJ need a rework.
Preach it, Inferno. Preach it. Operator Sigrid is objectively the worst unit in the game, like bar none. Sorry, I digress. The worst ML5 unit in the game, bar none. She's got 0 usage in the game. She fails in her primary job. If she was hired at Dairy Queen, she would get fired for incompetence because she couldn't make the little swirly Q on the tip of the ice cream. That's how bad Operator Sigrid is at her job. So, hopefully we see something done for her. She's waifu for a lot of people, and she used to be quite usable, and right now she is bad. I keep hearing you saying buff top model Lulika. Are you sure? Because I coasted into champs with top model Lulika. Third pick band protection plus top model Lulika, especially high up, she is a dangerous unit. No, Ainz actually has a use in the game. Operator Sigrid doesn't. Ainz can at least be used once a month to cheese the Nightmare Queen. I don't know where Sigrid can be used. I built all balance patch units a month ago. DJ Bassar is worse? Absolutely not. There's situations where the CR pushing and the cleansing, especially in Guild Wars. I've used DJ Bassar in Guild Wars quite nicely. Every time I've tried to use Operator Sigrid, she's exploded. Astromancer Elena actually has some use in Guild War and Arena when you want to have the Mort-style anti-counter, but you want your team to still be able to counter. Remember, Mort stole most of her job, but she does have one thing over Mort. She's like Sinful Angelica compared to Briar Witch Asaria, right? Briar stops all raises, whereas Sinful just stops the enemy raises, but you can still res on your team. Astromancer Elena stops the enemy from countering, but not your own team. So there is some theoretical tech and strategy, but with Bricerius Angelica, that's a 4-star versus a 5-star. Elena definitely needs a buff because they basically gave her the equivalent of a 4-star kit. And it's crazy that an RGB unit just did that to her. But yeah, she definitely needs a buff, but it's not like she's unusable. It's just there's usually better options. At least a speed EE for Lulika. You really, really just... I'm trying to be a man of the people here, Dark Soul, because you got to understand, what you're doing is speaking to my inner evil child. A speed EE on Lulika would be a cleaver's dream. Oh my god. A bridge unit with a speed EE, 119, you're going to take her to 129 speed, because speed EEs are 10 speed. You're going to make this unit the same base speed as Ran, and she can bridge like Ran can't? Oh my god. I'm getting so excited here, guys. Whew. No, you wouldn't get you would get cleaved by both. I could run a base speed Ludwig, because between her soul burn and her oh my god, no, it would, you know what? I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I would do so many horrible things with the 192 or 129 base speed top model. And before all you guys out there are like, oh, it's not base speed because it applies like gear stuff. Okay, right, it's 128.7 or 128.5 speed, whatever. It still makes her one of, if not the fastest units in the game, with a CR push and an extinction and a double tap S1. Whew. You do not want any unit over 110 speed getting a speed EE. It's just trust. Check DMs. Do I have to? Let me look. Whenever Sue posts a guide, you need to put this comment on there, guys. Sue loves it when he posts a guide and people ask this question. So make sure whenever he posts a guide, you let him know. That's fan-freaking-tastic. It wasn't even on a guide. Let's talk about the community management board. That's amazing, Sue. That's amazing. You know what? We're talking about buffing the units, so hang on. Let me put something together here. Oh, this works. Okay, so let's set this up for oh, I still have it up from last time. Fantastic. Okay, so chat driven buff want list. Okay. So give it to me now. Yeah, it'd be nice. I don't give a Fairy Tale Tenebria, and don't you dare. All right, guys. I want you guys all the time hear about my opinion on what ML5 should be buffed. I want to hear yours now. So chat, tell me about Abyssal Euphine, right? Where do you think Abyssal Euphine should go? How strong do you think she is? Do you think that she deserves a buff? Do you think she's fine as is? Do you not give a rat's ass about Abyssal Euphine because you just like to, you know, not have happiness in your life, right? Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare, fine as is. Okay, fine. Everybody likes Abyssal Euphine. Even though she has gone through some serious trauma, People in chat just don't want to see Euphine get anything, no matter how much she was tortured. That's fine. Ainz, you know what? I don't care. This is one where I'm just gonna go right there with you guys and say Ainz needs a buff. He's not gonna get one. He's a collaboration character. So I'm gonna overrule chat on this one. You guys can tell me whatever you want to tell me about Ainz, but it's tragic that the great lord Ainz Ulgon does not have any place in this game other than cheesing one single fight. Now, what about ambitious Tywin? I know you guys think Tywin needs a buff, right? Right? I mean, look at all these powerhouse knights in the game. Surely he's really. Don't you dare! You say don't you dare too, Marco? Okay. I was just joking. That's probably one of the strongest knights in the game, and if you don't have him, some things in this game are a little bit difficult. So yeah, I am right there with Chad on this one. This one is going to be a little hotly contested. What about the war goddess? Abyssal Euphine. Apocalypse Ravi. We got to give it to me now. That'd be nice. Be nice. Where is she, guys? So far she's hovering down here. Don't you dare pulls her a little lower. Anyone else want to weigh in? Nice. Ravi needs a buff. Yeah. I think it'd be nice. I think it'd nice to give her a little something, but they got to be careful. They got to be careful with what they do with Apoc. She ran the meta so hard. I don't think you guys remember. Maybe your memories are a little short. Me, I would put her down here because I remember a time when she was so ungodly broken that in order to deal with her, Smilegate created Fire Hua Young specifically to deal with how bad she was, and Fire Hua Young killed everything in the game except for Apoc Ravi. Apoc Ravi is the one thing that Hua Young couldn't kill. So they got to be really careful about touching this unit, because if they overtouch her, we're back to square one of she can't. How do they bring her back down again? So I don't know. I'll put her there because that's where chat wants her, but me, I think she belongs down here. Okay, everybody's favorite hair club. What do we think about Arbiter Vildred? Yeah. Let's be real. There's nothing wrong with Arby. He doesn't need anything. Archdemon Mercedes, I'm just gonna say I don't give a fuck because she just got one. Unless you guys really think that she needs another buff. It's like if a unit just got a buff, they're gonna wait and see how that turns out. So I'm just putting her here because there's no reason to talk about a unit who's clearly not getting a buff because they just got a buff. How about you guys feel about Leica? Architect Leica. Yeah. Architect Leica needs a buff. She is not as bad as Operator Sigrid, but pretty damn close. Inferno's saying please no, base you. Yeah, almost everybody is saying give her a buff. Asshole Mancer Elena. So Astromancer Elena, once again I want to reiterate that she differentiates from Mort in that she can block enemy counters while letting you still counter on your own. So she does have slightly different kit. She doesn't make people scared, step on or solo teams, but yeah, what do you guys think? I agree, Joe. I agree. Did I guess right? Is she a give it to me now, or is she that'd be nice? I think, yeah, you know what, Joe? I think you're nailing it on the head. I think she needs a whole ass new kit. How do you buff this unit to be better than Mort without destroying this unit? I think she needs a complete rework. Bellion. What do you guys think? Is Bellion kind of passe? Did a child that owns a water park and throws pool floaties at people make Bellion useless? Or is she still, I couldn't even sell it. Chat's already losing their mind. Don't you dare touch this great disaster of a unit. Blood Moon Haste? Blood Moon Haste clearly needs a buff, right? I mean, okay, you're right. We don't touch one of the top of the S tier units. Bellion needs an EE that lets her ignore debuffs. That sounds like an amazing idea that should never ever freaking happen. Briar Witch Asaria. How we feeling about Bryceria? Did Singelica steal so much of her thunder that the witch is no longer good? Or don't buff, please don't buff. She's fine. She had her time. Yeah, okay. Actually, I don't think she's on ADS's tier because I kind of do give an F. I think if they buffed Bryceria, it would be bad for the game. Hot topic here, Sue. Every time I talk about Hua Young, I'm Sue's over here saying that I need to stop telling the community that she is a bad unit, that she can't do damage. What do you guys think? Don't you dare buff her. Let her marinate. She needs time. Hua will never get buffs. Give her a stat buff. Do it now. Don't you dare. Buff Hua. Don't you dare. Man, you guys are split right down the middle. Here's the thing. She's brand spanking new. She's not had enough time to really percolate and find her place. I think her place is in the hands of the top tier units. They'll find top tier players. They'll find ways to use her. But right now, she's just very hard to gear. She's very stat hungry, and I think eventually, because of that, she will get a buff. But right now, we'll just put her in the same column with Archdemon because it's too new. You don't buff a unit a couple days after her banner ended. See Loser Charles. He just got a buff, so by nature he's going to fall into the I don't give an F. They aren't going to buff the same unit to bounce past. I mean, who do you think this is, Melissa? There's no way he's getting buffed back to back, right? Didn't Commander Pavel just get a buff recently? What was Commander Pavel on the most recent patch? I can't remember. Yeah, but he was on the last patch, right? I mean, he needs one, but he was just on the last one. And I'm going to change this from I don't give a fuck to too new to buff. And by too new, I mean the unit is too new, or they were too recently on a bounce patch.
Tristen.
Obi-Wan, thank you for the sub, buddy. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Very nice. All right. Everyone's favorite Dommy Mommy is the drowned girl taking so much of her thunder away that she needs something, or is she fine though? Don't you dare, no thank you. Prof Boy, if you say don't you dare you're gonna break your keyboard hitting don't you dare that many times. Okay, fine, I hear you guys. The best unit for Guild Wars ever that's never used in Guild Wars anymore. What do we think about Dark Corvus? That'd be nice. Dark Corvus isn't a she. Stop saying make things immune to debuff, Spatial. Make Dark Corvus immune to injury. Boom! I love that idea. Anybody that wears that much armor should not be able to take injury. It's like one of those bear suits where the guy gets hit with a freaking tree trunk and gets blown across the forest and he's okay because he's in one of the suits. That's Dark Corvus, right? He should not be able to take injury. I do think it'd be nice to give him a little something because right now everybody's like, oh, you got Dark Corvus, that's great, congrats on Guild War, solid Guild War. I haven't seen Dark Corvus used in Guild War in forever. We'll try to find a place to use Dark Corvus today, but I mean with anti-pen of Ilanov and injury. It's just so hard to use. Do I even need to ask about Death Dealer Ray? I mean, yeah, I don't think I even need to ask about Death Dealer Ray. Desert Jewel Bazaar, one of the few ML5s whose ML5 form is I put on different clothes. Desert Jewel Bazaar, how do we feel about DJB? Remember, just a couple seasons ago, he was one of the best units in the game. You really think he's fallen that far? Needs a buff, needs a buff. Why not give him a buff? That'd be nice. So is this a give it to me now? Looks like everybody is saying give it to me now. DJ Bazaar and top model Luca just need speedy ease. That is the worst idea I think I've heard today, and I've heard a lot of bad ideas today, but yeah, it would definitely make them usable, as in it would make them the strongest openers in the game. You don't want a ran speed unit to also have the ability to CR bridge like that. It's a terrible idea. I mean, as a cleaver, I love it. I love what you're cooking, and I would ruin people's lives with it, and that's all people do for the entire rest of the season is cry about getting cleaved. Designer Lilibet. I think the best thing about Designer Lilibet is her voice lines. If you haven't, if you have voices turned off, turn them on for just a few minutes and go listen to Designer Lilibet's voice lines. They're amazing. My favorite's when you enter a battle and she takes a turn and she looks at the enemy team and goes, "Those clothes deserved better." She is one of the most bitingly savage units, and yes, she does not need a freaking buff. Dragon Bright Senya, I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask. Dragon King Sharoon, though. Dragon King Sharoon, where do we think Dragon King Sharoon falls? Now, she's kind of strong, but when you compare her to everything else, she's awful. Buff now, dog unit. I mean, look at this face. This is not the face of a healthy person. So I think Make-A-Wish Sharoon should get a buff. I think it's one of her final wishes before she dies, clearly of tiny hand syndrome. I think she needs a buff. It's the right thing to do, Smilegate. Give her her final wish. Empyrean Ilanov. I'm just gonna put right down here by Senya. I don't think I need to ask chat about this unit. Now we've got so many people in chat right now jonesing to give really fast bridge units and opener units speed buffs. It's clear that they really love cleave, so obviously everybody wants Ludwig to be buffed because they really, really want the world to be cleaved. Am I right? Am I misreading chat? Right? No. Well, but you guys said you wanted really fast CR Fish E. Some of you guys are actually saying that he needs a buff. This is great. So, yeah. Make a soul burn only costs 10 souls. Holy shit. Gamer Boy needs to stay where he is. Okay. So don't buff Ludwig. I got it. Faithless Litica. Want you guys to think before you type on Flitty here. Remember, at high speeds, she's crazy, and we already saw on Stove people saying that ML Peyra is just food for Flitica, right? Sorry, that was a comment on one of Valky's posts where he said this Peyra unit's not okay, it's just dangerously good, and the first comment was Flitica food. You know, a unit that is 7 speeds slower and relies on hitting an evasion unit. It's one of the most smooth brain comments I've seen since the Pirate Clan buffs were a nerf kind of debacle. Stove is a choice for those kind of comments. But yeah, she is hard to gear. And if you don't have the gear for her, much like Hua Young, she's not usable. So where do we think on this? Let me see. Give it to her. She's all right. 20 speedy E, thank you very much. Flitica needs built-in stealth. Actually, that's a good one, Phoenix. I'm kind of okay with that. Rework her. Yes. Easy to gear. Don't you dare. Man, you guys are all over the place on Flitica.
Ammo Pyra is Flit food. Give her 10 EE to make that happen and hit chance to make that possible.
You know what? I'm sold. Buff Flitica with 10 extra speed to make that stove commenter right, to make Pyra Flitica food. We're going to buff her and give her the ability to hit through evasion. It's perfect. It's perfection. It buffs Flitica, and it solves the Pyra issue before the Pyra issues even started. Okay, I'm down. God damn it. You guys are going to say buff this unit. I can tell. I can tell you're going to say it. You're going to say it. You're going to say it. You said all these nice things that make cleavers happy, but we can't let cleavers have nice things. And now you're going to say buff the unit. That's going to make cleaving impossible. It's going to make fights slow and boring. You're going to say it. Buff and rework her kit. Buff her else. Make her immune to seal. Fucking hell. You guys fine. Fine. I want you to remember that when this unit was released, back in the Stone Ages, she was the meta. She was the first unit to be described by the community as a great disaster. All she does is slow down fights. She was so devastatingly impossible to deal with that Operator Sigrid's entire reason to exist was to deal with this unit. And she did a kind of a semi-shitty job at it. I'm going to leave her here in the give it to me now, but with the caveat that if it's not a rework, if it's just a straight up buff, then I hope chat steps on a Lego. That's all I'm going to say. Harsetti is too new. She's too new to get a buff. Lua already got a buff. She's too new and she already got a buff. How are we feeling about Judge Kisei? She wasn't buffed that long ago. I'm kind of in a weird position. I think Judge Kisei is an amazing unit, but nobody plays her. So what do you think? Judge cooked. Judge is fine. Judge needs something. Do I have the something Judge needs? Giggity. Fine, fine. There's an issue. Judge needs a correct meta. No one plays her. Judge needs more speed. Her speed is the issue. Otherwise, stealth. Otherwise, rework. You guys are real undecided about it, so I'll put it. I put it at the very end of it'd be nice, right? Last Rider Crow. He got a buff about the same time Kisei got a buff, right? Or right after? Yeah, he's good anyway, guys. She is a redhead and therefore deserves to be buffed. I don't care what chat says. This game has... I don't know who hurt Smilegate. I don't know if Netmarble Guy had a redheaded girlfriend who broke his heart in high school. I don't know if he's colorblind and is just missing out on the beauty that is the color red, but every single redhead in Epic 7 needs buffed. They're all pretty freaking mid when it comes to the meta. A blanket flat buff for all redheads, and I'm right there for all redheads. I'm about it. All of them. Screw chat. I'm doing this. All redheads. Buff all redheads. All of them need a little something something. No, 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 no. All the redheads need something. Little something. Orange is not a redhead. Okay. All redheads need a big buff. All gingers need a mild buff. Let's move on. Little Queen Charlotte. How does living in Savior Odin's shadow feel, Miss Charlotte? Feels kind of bad.
Rework her kit to remove that useless buff, and 30%er in her awakening. Make it HP or death.
Isn't SBA good right now? SBA is pretty good as long as immunity's not in play. She's a little difficult to thread the needle, but as long as you've got a reliable strip, or you're going to roll the dice that the opponent doesn't have immunity, SBA is pretty devastating. Yeah, means make her strip before stunning and burning. Fine, let's put it out here. She's too new. You guys are going to trip balls over SBA. It's fine. Okay, Little Queen Charlotte, though, really. Where do we need to put Little Queen Charlotte? I think she needs a little something, but what do you guys think? I think a free 3-star, that's hard to say. Free 3.
Little Queen Charlotte,
I think she needs something. What do you think?
Something to say to a ding. Do it smile gate. If she downs someone, give her 20 souls and reset CD back on.
Okay, you guys are all suggesting ways to make her better, so I am taking that as a it would be nice, or do we think she needs a buff? I mean, I think it'd be nice. I don't think she needs a buff like these units need a buff, right? Am I right? Built-in Tachi would be insane. Holy shit. Payer's not even out yet. What do you guys think about good old maid Chloe? Is she fine the way she is? Now remember, I mean, Chloe's got a world outside of PvP, right? She's really good in fighting the Devourer in Nightmare Raid, and maybe on some Abyss floors that you probably completed before you pulled her. And rework. What does she do? She's useless. She needs invincibility. Okay, you guys are going to make KHM very happy. Hand guy, how we feel about Mediator Queric? Hell no, fine. Don't you dare. Okay, calm down. I am very curious to see how you guys react to this one. Because when she came out, she ran everything over. And now she's very hard to use. How are we feeling about Navy Captain Landy? Blue hair deserves buffs too. You say that now. Don't you dare. She's fine. Don't even think about it. She needs a buff ASAP. Delete her from the game. She got an EE, I guess. I kind of gotta agree, guys. I think Landy is too dangerous to buff. Operator Cigarette will put her right at the front and give it to me now, because I think we're gonna get it. Based on those screenshots that I showed earlier, I think she is happening. Luna's too new to buff, and, you know, even talking about buffing somebody with a 70% pre-ban rate is silly. Has anybody tried out the new Navy Cap or Pirate Captain Flan? Fapton needs her nerf. She does. She does. Unfortunately, she just got a buff, so she's going to automatically fall into the two recently buffed, too new of a unit to buff. So, gotta let her percolate. Gotta let her cook. I know everybody wanted the original buffs, except for the smooth brain people. What we got seems pretty lukewarm, but let's give it time. Give it time to see if there's a way around her. Remnant Violet. Does the existence of ML Payra kinda is the equivalent of a Rylet buff? A 100% evasion Rylet, please. You know, I thought the Speedy E for top model was a bad idea, but holy crap. Multiple of you people are saying 100% evasion on Rylet. is Flan not enough for you guys? Are you not having, are you having so much? Has Flan encapsulated the fun of this meta so much that you want to double down on the fun encapsulation that is Flan by bringing in Mr. Flan? I gotta put him up here. Chat is wanting to invite disaster, so yeah. Okay. You guys want more evasion in this meta? You ask for it. Requiem. ML Rowana. What do you guys think about ML Rowana? Nope. Stop right this second. Straight to the bottom. Okay, say less. Say less. Ruel of Light. I mean, surely after Hua Young came out and removed her from the meta, Ruel's not good anymore, right? No. Deserves a buff. Too recent. She's insane. Needs an EE. Don't touch her. Fine. Don't you dare, or too new? Huh? I'm gonna put her here. When is the balance patch? The balance patch should be announced this Friday and should go into effect on or around the 14th of February. Whatever Thursdays and Fridays line up with those dates. As long as they keep to the schedule that they've kept to forever since the inception of balance patches. Okay, guys. Everybody's favorite unit. Oh, wait. Hang on. What do you think we should do with Sage Ball and Aether? Does this guy need to be buffed? He's got the best S3 in the game, right? So... I miss D-Derp. Okay, guys, what do we want to do with, Sage Balances on? He needs a buff. Is he even a unit? Isn't he insane into anti-cleave? 1 second, everybody. Hold that thought. Sorry, guys. You guys are all coming up with ways to do things with Ball, except for Prof Boy, who's over here being the voice of reason, saying you guys are insane. Are we really talking about buffing Ball and Cezanne? Is that really where we're at? You'd like to see something done with this? Ball is really good into Cleave. Cleave is kind of dead, but now we're coming out with Cleave units and a community who seems to want things like top model Lulika buffs, so I think it's going to be important. He is here to be somewhat of a protection. He is cleave and control. You don't need to give him so he's anti-cleave and control. You don't need to add damage on top of that. I'm overriding all of you. Don't buff this unit. You guys crazy. It would be almost as crazy as buffing this unit. Which would be almost as crazy as buffing this unit. How do we feel about Specimen Says? Does Spez need a little love, or is Spez fine? He is a meme still. He is okay. Who? Don't you dare, really? He's fine, he's fine. We'll put him down here into 2 new to buff because you guys seem really split on this. Now, Spectre Tenebria just got an EE. Surely that made her good and usable, right? How we feeling about Stenny? Don't on Stenny? Spectre Tenebria, since her initial buffs back in 2020-ish, 2019, has been at the top of every tier list, and now suddenly she's not. She's boring, squish against AoE. It's just a meta problem. You're saying the meta will shift and she'll be back? She needs a buff, don't you dare. Okay, if you say so. Now, how do we feel about the one unit in the game that has real blood? Real red blood in our 13+ game in her artwork. Spirit Eye Celine. Rework or nothing. That hero's super toxic. Rework. I mean, buff and an EE. She's hot, but her RGB is hotter. She needs to be buffed to be she needs a bathing suit. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'll put her in the that'd be nice column for rework. Or are you saying the rework's a little bit more urgent? Urgent as she is useless. Okay. What about Straze? How do we feel about Strays? Does he need a buff? No. Buff? No. Buff? No. Buff? You guys are giving me whiplash going back and forth. He has a lot of uses outside of RTA. Name one. Who does hunts when you have Rift? Buff. He's so bad. Hunt one-shots. Nobody uses Strays for hunt one-shots anymore. If you could build a one-shot Strays, you're just going to do Rift. Why Mort has Fear and Strays doesn't? Why when Mort dies, why when Mort dies does Fear still stick around? I don't know. Okay, since some of you are saying buff, some of you are saying no buff, and so we'll stick them into that'd be nice column. Kind of low down because you guys can't seem to come to an agreement on it. Sylvan Sage Vivian. The only buff she needs is to her artwork, and we're getting that. She is the RTA skin unit this season. I'm scared of this one, guys. Because I think I got a taste of what chat's already thinking about this one. Top model Lulika. Lulika needs a buff. Say it. No, 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 no. She's good. Yes, speed. Give her a speed EE. Illusual, you are a madman. Absolutely not. Stop. Buff. I've seen enough Tomica cleavers. Are you high? She needs a speed EE. She needs a bike. Speed. 20 plus speed or buff. 17 speed EE. You guys, chat just... this was a terrible idea. Chat just wants to watch the world burn. Okay. She gets put in the it'd be nice column because half of you are saying she needs a buff and the other half of you are on the sane side of the population down here saying she doesn't need a buff. So I guess we will put her right in the middle. Kairon. How do we feel about Kairon, guys? Rework, buff. He's useful in the current Hall of Trials. Interesting. I haven't even looked at that yet. Yeah, I think he does need a buff slash... I don't think he needs a buff. I don't think it's possible to buff Kairon. I think you can only rework him. His kit is just anti-synergistic with how the game plays. I'm not allowing you guys to buff a rat, and I'm not allowing you guys to buff a child emperor. So here we go. This is our chat-driven tier list. Now, when you look at this, if you saw all of these units on the balance patch over the next 2 months, would you feel good about yourselves? Would you be proud of yourselves? Would you be happy about what you've wrought in this world? Okay. Well, I'll make a video out of this. So I'm going to ask you know what? So what do you guys think? Those of you who are watching this on YouTube, put it in the comments section. I want to read your comments on the next stream just to let chat know what you think of their decisions. Were they big brain? Did they have the game's best interests at heart? Did they just want to watch the world burn? Let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Whew. Some of these choices, guys. Holy crap, these two. Oh my god. I think this is going to happen, and I think it's a horrible idea. Some of these are a little bit terrifying, but we'll see. We'll see. Will I be doing Holotrials this stream? We'll take a quick peek at it, Hobby, but it's already 4:15. I don't know if I'm going to do it this time around, but let's just go take a peek and see what we got. I'm so behind on my craft my gear event.
This meter isn't doomed, because young Senya doom our power to being a fixed damage and get cooked from green meter.
I agree, Carpart. I think anybody that wears that much armor should be immune to injury. It just makes sense. Who are we fighting today? Did I get my ass kicked again? I got my ass kicked. I need to change my defense. Let me see. Use the murder stomp one or the one who can sustain. Once this is dead, I'm not really worried about things if I can kill this first. We'll use the murder stomp one. And this we just cleave. Yule up top. My Yule is not built. Pow, pow, bam. Blammo. I guess I could have saved that. I should have saved that. Oh well, it is what it is. Oops. Bam. Tristen, is ML Pair that much of a disaster? On paper, she looks unstoppable, Frederick. She doesn't really have any counters. And she looks like she enables anything and can be played with anything. But until she's out and tested, we just have to see. Some people think we're overreacting. Some people think she's Flitica food, or that you can somehow... Man, I actually got outsped there. I'm a little disappointed. How far back are they? 70, 89. We're fine. I think we're fine. Why did that BBK push up? Is that BBK on that stupid sword artifact? Did I just get cooked by somebody? No, that wasn't counter. She CR pushed up. She was on that fucking Spear of Purification Storm Sword. That was it. Oh my god. I got cooked by I got cheesed by a Storm Sword BBK. Hats off to you, buddy. You cheated another win. I bet he got a lot of us because we don't do, yeah, see, we don't do intel in our guild because we don't care enough, so he cheesed a lot of us. Usually those don't kill. It didn't kill, except one of the things that it hit was freaking Ludwig, which has, like, no health whatsoever. Ah, it sucks. Let's see. Man, I can't use Ludwig up top. He would have been perfect for this. My Hua is better than your Hua. Should I take another unit with Hua? I probably should. Yeah, exactly, Shuma. Up here. Burn, push, push up. Double, single push. Who can chew through all of this safely? That's going to be kind of fast. That probably is really fast, actually, so I need somebody fast. Man, Ludwig would be perfect for this. I'm so mad. Sid, kill here, then kill here. And she kills Sid. It can't be Sid. Stray should be able to cleave the bottom. Maybe. You know what? We haven't used strays in a while. We'll have to put some gear on them. Let's see. Yeesh. That should do it. With Frida's push, that should cut. You don't need this because Frida, so let's... I'll give you a shot at killing the Flan in one hit. Okay. Do I need anything other than Hua on the top team? My worry is that their Hua will kill my Hua before my Hua gets to kill their entire team. Yeah. How about 35k health light unit to bait Hua? Let's see how good his Hua really is. And fuck it, that's all. Let's just do that. I could have put in a level 5 Elson. That'd have been fun. Blamo. Ouch. Am I below 50% health? Is Sigurd's active on me? 5, 1, 2, 3, 10, 2, Sigurd's. It is. It's active. It's active. Okay. Barely. By like 8 health. Literally by 8 health. No, it's not active? You're right. I'm the wrong direction. I'm the wrong direction. It's not active by 8 health. Hua on Hua action, guys. Show me a crit. Don't get 15%ed. Fuck. Oh god, it's a counter one too. Counter Hua's on defense, though, the 100% defense rate. Okay, that's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Blammo! Oh fucking hell! Look at him! Look at this bullshit! Look at me playing the animation. Holy crap! How do I beat a counter Hua with my non-counter Hua? Boo. Whose idea was it to use strays in this fight? Because it didn't work. No, it was not my idea. There is no world where I would ever use strays in anything competitive. He is a garbage can unit. Wow. So that Bryceria went before my 307 Luna. Tell me my Luna's not missing gear, right? Surely she's not. Ah! No, she's not. That just what she's. That was a very, very fast Bryceria. I feel like I've been cheesed twice today. Yeah, I definitely need 320 on my Luna. Hall of Freakin' Trials. I don't know if I have the testicular fortitude it will take to do Hall of Trials today, guys, but we'll take a quick peek. Hey, rank 10. Not bad for a guy who didn't get past stage 2, right? Illusional just rocking it. Luluka, it's a Luluka week. Fire K-Ron? I thought you said ML K-Ron was good this week. Okay. Grants Art of Thievery, unique hero to a thief in the back row. Target thieves. Okay, thieves. We need 2 Earth heroes. When the boss attacks, distinguish. When the foremost hero dispels Cajole, a unique effect. Exhausts Phage up by 60. Okay, so I was like seeing non-Young Senya alternatives here. Why Bliticon back? What do you mean why Bliticon back? Yeah, dual attacks never work here. Fighting Spirit doesn't work. Dual attacks don't work. Thief is necessary. Is this a crit Blitica? Wait, is that Yuna? That is Yuna. Okay, Yuna's a nice attack buffer. Does pretty good damage. Has a non-attack skill. The thief on the back can't crit. I'm trying to figure out the... I guess he went with Ray because he needed a green. I'm trying to figure out why Ray and not Destina. Someone who buffs, counterattack, someone with an S1 AoE. S1 AoE. S1 AoE. And someone to keep the team alive. Illusia, why'd you go Ray instead of Destina? What was your logic behind that? Destina has the same number of non-attacks as Ray. Ray has buffs for Kairon. Ah, Destina doesn't have buffs. Got it, got it, got it. Clever, man, clever. I'll fart around with some gear tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we'll try to crack this team apart and figure out how you did it. ML Kairon might be good. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, how do you do Hall of Trials if you don't have Lorena? ML Kairon is actually really good here. We might try that, right? Just to be a little bit different. Let's would like to find a way for ML Kairon to serve a purpose. There you are. Speech be crit. Damn it. Ray Wukong double Kairon? That sounds crazy, man. You need a counter attack buff in the front. I thought we needed the thief in the back. You think over the child? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. She just straight up stripped that counterattack off of him. Jesus. Yikes.
Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to gear for this, guys. We're gonna have to gear for this big time. Oh, this is an unpleasant fight. Okay, I'll pop an unequipped scroll, tinker around with it some tonight, and we'll break it down tomorrow on stream. Yeah, right. Because Green Senya in front, she can give herself the crit buff before it gets stripped and buff block gets applied. Maybe it's Ein's time to shine. There's no way she's not immune to death sentence, which would be dumb, you know. But you're right. He does have an AOE though. All of this shit's AOE. It's not a whole bunch of units with AOE S1s. More than there used to be. It used to just be Yuna. Is the boss negate extra attack? The boss negates dual attacks. Probably negates extra attacks too. I didn't play long enough or read long enough to see. Alright, what else do we have to do? New season has begun with the same rules. God, it's awful. So awful. Oh well, let's murder a couple of people and then I'm going to wrap it up. Let's see. This one here. Uh-oh. We were just using the team without Senya, Vildred. What was I running on her? Just symbol, right? Yeah, it was symbol. I put it on Strays, who did wonderful things today. Good job, Strays. Seeing Gunther feels insane. I know, but he is just the shit right now. First battle of the season, and I hit the wrong button. Yep. Good job, Tristen. You rocked it. Right, save is nasty here, Jay. I got the heater on full blast. It's still only 61 degrees in this room. You click on the support button and you send in your complaint. Actually, where do you pen your complaint to
Stove?
Stove?
Where do I pen my complaint on the Scarden event being a massive pain in the ass for them nerfing it from last year?
Yeah, Stove, because that's the only place where they evidently listen to feedback. Bam! Stick one in here. Bam! You can hold one. Bam! Gunther is great, guys. Oh my god, they're all dead. Oh wait, how'd this survive? Pool floaty of death. Oh. No Uberus? Nah. Sigurd's. Sigurd's to give him 20% boost to his attack so that Lilius hits even harder. Pool floaty of death. Landy's an interesting wrinkle in this one. Holy crap, that's a lot, Slayer. Strip. Ammo. Bam! Pool floaty of death. Shit. I can't risk not critting. Bam! Show me what you got. PP poof. I'll just burn this for a little bit of a shield. I'm too lucky for him to be on Holy Sack Spatial. Bam, bam. Imagine if that flan was on counter. I don't think of things like that. You, speak things into existence, man. You don't want to invite evil to dinner. This, we just cleave the shit out of this team. So yeah, Luna meta, yep. If you can't use Gunther, you can probably use Mort. Blammo. Get him, Ludwig. Oh. Green Ludwig better than dark Ludwig, am I right? Another cleaving opportunity up top here. Finally finished this today. What'd you finish? It's a decent speed. Destruction pen. 4K 316. I think you're going to struggle to kill, and it's not enough health to stay alive. Let me know how it works out for you. The speed's nice. I really like the speed on it, but I'm concerned that she doesn't have... You either need to drop bulk and increase damage, or drop damage and increase bulk, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I'm far from a bystander Hua expert. I'll show you mine after this fight, and you see what I mean. There's need for bulk in case. Maybe. Hang on, let me murder stomp this. I don't know, I think she's one of those units where it's easy to make her a jack of all trades, master of none. I think you go like, you know, go Cookie's direction, go shit tons of bulk, and make her a cockroach. Or you go my direction and just make her a nuclear button that kills anything she touches, as long as you can get her through. Yeah, if you're on Destro, you want her to kill. Exactly, Kurz. And that one will kill as long as she can soul burn or there's a defense break involved. So you gotta know where you can and can't take her. If you try to take her into, because those were my Hua stats, but I had 18k health and I wasn't killing things, and the 18k health didn't matter much when she just wasn't killing things. So I changed up and just went full on damage. But yeah, just as long as you can soul burn her, she'll be fine. So you just got to make sure you don't take her into places where you can't rely on a soul burn. As long as you can rely on a soul burn, she should be fine. Dead. Man, nobody's got Holy Sack Mort today, do they? Well, get ready, because you're going to be perma-caging Peyra soon. Let me try to force a Luna in, or force a Hua in somewhere. None of these are good for forcing a Hua. No Hua opportunities there. Or there. Or there. And that's another issue. There's just not a lot of light left anymore. Let's cleave this one. This is my... So this is my Hua. She kills anything she touches. And I only want 85 crit because I really only care about her killing light units, because she's not going to kill dark units anyway. So she explodes whatever she touches. I went full nuclear on her. And yeah, this was not easy to gear. This lets me guarantee kill without soul burns, without defense breaks. I think she'll kill up to 36k health, if I'm not mistaken, depending on how much mitigation's there. Yeah, you definitely want to stay north of 180 if you're going destruction. If you're going counter, you can go base speed. I had thought about going counter, HP, boom, here, here. I thought about doing something like this, right? Where it would just be very, very hard to kill her. Sorry. I thought about doing something like this, where it would just be damn near impossible to kill her. She's just a cockroach. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she just stays in the fight, right? Yeah, like 3k 300 with 28k health. I might try this out and see how it works. Right? This is more along the lines of what Cookie built. It's kind of like a shittier version of what Cookie built. But, yeah, I think you want to go, like, either you want to try to aim for the left or aim for the right. Not these exact stats, but you get the tech behind it, right? You get the theory. You're either going impossible to kill cockroach who just stays there and murders things very slowly. She's not going to one-shot anything, but she'll survive long enough to 3 or 4 shot things. Or you go the she'll one-shot anything if you can get her through, so you got to play in an aggressive comp where you're controlling the tempo of the fight to make sure she gets a turn. Because she certainly is not bruisering with these stats. And I think if you try to go with anything that's in the middle, she's either going to die anyway or not kill or both. The gear it takes to make her tanky and strong is rough. Hang on, let me show you my old Hua, just as an example. I was so proud of this build. I thought this was the shit, guys. And you know what happened when I tried to use this unit? She failed to kill things, and then she died. 4,100 attack, 330 crit damage, and she still wouldn't kill most light units unless I had a soul burn. And once she doesn't kill, sitting there on Destro set, she just gets the shit kicked out of her. Now, to be fair, she is way too slow for Destro set, but it just didn't work out. This 460 gear score build. This is 460 gear score build. I couldn't make her fly. So I had two choices, right? I either drop 1,000 attack off of her and add 10k health to her, maybe put her on counter, ditch all my speed, or I went the direction that I currently have and went back to full damage. And so far, full damage has worked better for me, but that's how I play. I play cleave and aggro. Those are my favorite styles. I can play slow. I can play bruiser. Did it all last season. Towards the end, I started to cleave again. It's just the way I play. It's the way I'm geared for. I've got the speed gear, and I like using it. But you've got to build her based on your style of play. I just think that this down the middle area in between, I've not seen anybody do it successfully. Kev Strife had one of the best looking Huas. It was very similar to mine, and whenever he could soul burn, he could make it work. But you know what? If you can soul burn, you can make anything work with her. So, I don't know. You guys got to find your own path with Hua. She is hard to use. Very, very hard to use and even harder to gear. All right, guys. It is almost 5, so I'm going to raid you guys into another channel. Tomorrow we will do some Hall of Trials and then maybe a little bit of a little PoE. I've refined my build. I've shifted things. I got the Herald of Ice working on it, and now I'm actually blowing shit up big time. I added 100 to my rarity find, and it's just a different game, guys. But for right now, where are we going to send you guys? Who is streaming Epic 7 right now? We have got Mr. Mage trying new builds. Dude, he is running. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go see Elf Mage, and you know why? You know why we're going to go see Elf Mage? All of you guys who said she needs a buff, first thing I see when I look at Elf Mage is he's over here with top model Lulica on his screen. All right, guys, say hi to Elf Mage for me. I will stick around for just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go get some dinner. I will catch you guys soon.
Bro, I understand this guy's pain. Like, this guy is learning. I understand this guy. This guy is learning E7, and then someone goes Veronica.